Good day, students. Today I stand before you to shed light on a significant chapter in the history of that forever altered the destiny of a nation. I invite you to embark on a journey back to the time exploring the French occupation of Vietnam. This period, characterized by tumultuous events and fierce struggle for independence, left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the Vietnamese people and reshaped the course of international relations in Southeast Asia. Our tale begins in the late 19th century when France, driven by imperial ambitions, set its sights on expanding its colonial empire. At that time, Vietnam, known as French Indochina, comprised of the regions of Tonkin, Annam, and Cochinchina, which were gradually brought under French control. Exploiting divisions and rivalries among local Vietnamese rulers, the French established protectorates and secured significant economic and political influence in the region. However, the French occupation was met with resistance from the outset. The Vietnamese people, imbued with a profound sense of national identity and soon longing for self-determination, soon organized various movements to combat foreign domination. One notable figure who emerged during this period was Phan Boi Chu, a prominent nationalist who advocated for an independent Vietnam. Chu's efforts laid the groundwork for future resistance movements. The early 20th century witnessed the rise of another influential figure, Ho Chi Minh. Inspired by his experiences abroad and his desire to liberate his homeland, Ho Chi Minh became a leading proponent of Vietnamese independence. In 1940, amidst the chaos of World War II, Ho Chi Minh returned to Vietnam and established the Viet Minh, a communist-led organization that aimed to unite all of Vietnamese against foreign oppression. As the war drew to a close, the Vietnamese people's aspirations for freedom grew stronger. In September 1945, Ho Chi Minh declared Vietnam's independence, drawing inspiration from the United States Declaration of Independence. However, the French, unwilling to relinquish their hold on their colony, vehemently opposed this declaration and sought to reimpose their authority. The conflict escalated into a full-scale war in December 1946, marking the beginning of the First Indochina War. The Viet Minh, using guerrilla warfare tactics, launched a relentless resistance campaign against French forces. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu in 1945 emerged as a pivotal event in the conflict. Despite overwhelming odds, the Viet Minh successfully besieged the French garrison, leading to a decisive victory. This defeat dealt a severe blow to French morale and prompted them to seek a negotiated settlement. The war's conclusion came in 1954 with the signing of the Geneva Accords. This agreement temporarily divided Vietnam along the 17th parallel, creating North Vietnam under Ho Chi Minh's communist leadership and South Vietnam as a separate entity. The division was intended to be a temporary solution until nationwide elections could be held. However, the Cold War context and the involvement of external powers, particularly the United States, complicated the situation and prevented the reunification of Vietnam. The French withdrawal from Vietnam marked the end of their direct military involvement in the region. However, their departure did not bring lasting peace to Vietnam. Instead, it set the stage for a more protracted and devastating conflict, the Vietnam War. The subsequent events in Vietnam's history go beyond the scope of our discussion today. In conclusion, the French occupation of Vietnam stands as a poignant reminder of the lengths to which people will go to assert their independence. The struggle against colonial domination ignited a fierce sense of spirit of nationalism among the Vietnamese people, setting in motion a chain of events that would ultimately reshape the course of their nation's history. It's a tale of heroism, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of freedom, a narrative that echoes across generations and continues today. Here are a list of some facts about the French occupation of Vietnam. The French colonization of Vietnam began in 1858 after the French Navy bombarded Da Nang. Number 2. In 1887, Vietnam became part of the French Indochina, which also included Cambodia and Laos. Number 3. The French established their colonial capital in Hanoi, which became the political and administrative center of Indochina. Number 4. The French implemented a system of direct colonial rule known as civilizing mission to exploit Vietnam's resources and enforce cultural assimilation. Number 5. The construction of the Hanoi Opera House was completed in 1911, showcasing French architectural influence in Vietnam. Number 6. Phan Boi Chau, a prominent Vietnamese nationalist, formed the Association for the Restoration of Vietnam in 1903, advocating for independence from French rule. Number 7. The French introduced the Tonkin Free School in 1907, later renamed the University of Hanoi as part of their efforts to promote French education and assimilation. Number 8. The Vietnamese Revolutionary Youth League, founded by New Ai Quoc, led as Ho Chi Minh in 1925, played a significant role in the anti-colonial movement. Number 9. The French suppressed the Yin Bai Mutiny in 1930, a failed rebellion led by the Vietnamese nationalists seeking independence. Number 10. The establishment of the Indo-Chinese Communist Party occurred in 1930, with Ho Chi Minh as one of its founding members. Number 11. The French colonial government implemented the recruitment policy during World War II, forcibly relocating Vietnamese peasants into the strategic hamlets to control the Vietnamese influence. Number 12. September 2nd, 1945, Ho Chi Minh declared Vietnam's independence, citing the inspiration from the U.S. Declaration of Independence. 13. The Battle of Dien Bien Phu, fought from March to May 1954, resulted in a decisive victory for the Viet Minh and led to the French withdrawal from Vietnam. Number 14. Geneva Accords signed July 21st, 1954,